Did you know the average American thinks they need $1.8 million to retire? And this is according to a recent Charles Schwab study. That sounds crazy, right? No wonder it feels like retirement is so far out of reach. And maybe you've been wondering how some people your age are already pulling it off while you're still grinding away. Stick around because today I'm going to talk about why it feels like everyone is retiring before you and why you might actually be a lot closer to retiring than you think. Plus, I'll share 5 powerful strategies that could fast track your own early retirement. And at the end, I'll show you one mindset shift that could completely change how you look at retirement and when you can do it. Even people who've been doing all the right things, saving, investing, planning, they still struggle with retirement confidence. There's often a huge gap between how ready people are and how they feel. And that gap, it can unnecessarily delay retirement by years. For example, many people with healthy 401k balances, say around $650,000 in their 50s, still feel anxious. You'd think they'd feel confident, right? Nope. Because in reality, $650,000 is really good in comparison with the average. According to Fidelity, as of December 31st, 2024, the average 401k balance for people in their 50s is between $200,000 to $245,000. But instead of feeling secure, these savers tell themselves, I don't think I have enough. I probably need 2 or 3 times that amount. But where do they get these numbers? Honestly, usually nowhere. They're just made up moving targets that never feel close enough. No wonder why so many people feel stuck. After all, most Americans think they need millions to be able to retire, when the average savings is only a fraction of that. But today I'm here to tell you retirement isn't about hitting some giant random number. It's about having a plan, actually crunching your real numbers, and realizing you might be a lot closer than you think. Why does it feel like everyone is retiring before you? And let's look at those reasons. First, we chase those imaginary numbers. We keep thinking just a little more will make us feel ready, but it never does. You keep saving and working, but you also keep missing out on the freedom and energy you could have enjoyed retiring earlier. And the worst part, there's just no real logic to it. It's all psychological. There's comfort in thinking if I just save $100,000 more, I'll finally feel ready. But when you hit that next milestone, guess what? Now you want $100K more. It's a moving trap. That's why someone with $750,000 thinks they need $1.5 million, and someone with $1.5 million thinks they need $3 million, and it just never ends. The second reason is similar. It's the 1 more year syndrome. You tell yourself just 1 more year, then I'll retire. But then 1 year turns into 5. And before you know it, you've given up some of your healthiest and most active retirement years. And you can never get that time back. And for many, that ends up becoming their biggest regret. So when you see people retiring before you, even if you think, there's no way they saved more than I did, here's how they're doing it. They stopped chasing imaginary numbers. They broke free from the 1 more year syndrome, and they actually sat down and crunched real numbers. And when they did, they realized they were already there. If what I'm saying resonates with you, you might be closer to early retirement than you realize. Here are 5 strategies to help you break free. The first is know your real spending needs. Figuring out if you can retire isn't about replacing 100% of your current income. It's about what you actually spend. When you retire, you're not saving for retirement anymore. You may not have much debt and your taxes may drop. Take a hard look at your spending. Analyze at least 3 to 6 months of bank and credit card statements. And use a budgeting app to help with this, like Mint.com, which is free. This will tell you your real story and give you an actual number to plan for. The second strategy is account for your guaranteed income. Don't underestimate income streams like Social Security or pensions. They are more powerful than you might think. Knowing what's guaranteed reduces the pressure on your investments, and it's a critical part for building real confidence. Step 3 is build a safe money reserve. Make sure you have safer assets, CDs, bonds, a high-yield savings account, so you can avoid pulling from volatile investments when markets crash. This protects you against something called sequence of returns risk, which is the silent killer of retirement plans. The fourth strategy is stress test your plan. Use software like Bolden.com to run retirement scenarios. Then work with a financial planner to validate your plan. Running Monte Carlo simulations shows you how your portfolio would perform under different conditions like inflation spikes, bear markets, and higher healthcare costs. If you come out strong even in tough scenarios, think about how much confidence that will give you. The fifth strategy is redefine what retirement looks like. Retirement doesn't have to mean zero work. Maybe it's working part-time doing something you love. Maybe it's switching to a low-stress, flexible job. And maybe it's one spouse retiring first. The point is, you get to design your own version. And if you take a part-time job that you love, it doesn't feel like work, and it can bridge the gap to full retirement faster. So if you've ever thought everyone is retiring except me, know this: they aren't smarter, they didn't necessarily save more, they just got clear on their numbers and stopped chasing imaginary ones. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. So now I want to hear from you. Have you fallen into the imaginary number trap or the one more year syndrome? And have you broken free, or you just realized you might be caught in them? Leave a comment regarding. I'd love to hear from you. Truly, I would. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps this small channel grow and reach others who need to hear this message too. Also, if you're ever on the go, check out my Early Retirement Roadmap podcast or visit my website, mikeupland.com, for all my media, including my blog. Until next time, take care and make the most of today.